big truck, tell them where this plane going.
Now as we land in Montego Bay, it's like that,
It's
y'all.
like
Coming
that,
from
y'all.
Jamaica, you know that it's a fact,
And
y'all.
it's a fact,
The
y'all.
truck in case paid, now we rock and ride. Now we sippin' on Bahama Mamas when we ride. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Your boy Big Truck here in a place somewhere in the universe. The feminist strikes again. We're gonna break this thing down, okay? Chess versus checkers. Stephen A. Smith, chess. Malika Andrews, checkers. And we're gonna see how this plays out. So without further ado, let's spit fire.
Stephen A., with all due respect, this is not about pointing the finger. Stop. What became apparent to me in this press conference is that we do not have all of the information here, and it was frustrating to me that the Celtics declined to elaborate or to give more specifics about what exactly the rule breaking was that led us to this point. To that, I just want to get that out of the way first. But to answer your question, Molly, I think what stood out to me...
As you notice, she already done set herself up. And he let her know. Okay? I'm about to get in your ass. But I'm going to let you dig a hole for yourself. I'm going to tell you where I come from. Let's continue.
What stood out to me is that Brad Stevens, he was upset. That's what stood out to me about what he termed rampant Twitter BS is the word that he used, that women were unfairly dragged into this within the Celtics organization. You could see that Brad Stevens was visibly upset about this, and I also found that to be gross and unnecessary, that folks were bringing in the names and the images of women that is just not a fact. It was purely speculation. And so to me, that is what stood out. But the Celtics as an organization could have done more. And short of doing more ahead of this yesterday, they could have owned that responsibility in this press conference. I understand that there were legal parameters that they had to operate within for everybody involved. And I appreciate the fact that they brought in outside counsel and did a thorough organization. And I think that that is something that was clearly necessary.
Here's the thing, because just hearing her voice just irks my spirit. Excuse me. Here's the thing. My issue, my problem, the challenge that I have with the Boston Celtics organization, and I believe Stephen A. Smith touched on it before, this should have been kept under the radar. It didn't have to be made public. Fraternizing on the jobs, people do it all the time. But one thing that stands out to me the most, why is only him targeted? You said it was consensual, so therefore everybody's in trouble that are involved. Not just one person, both parties should be in trouble. If we did it on a job, if I'm working a job and there's a no fraternizing policy, and me and another co-worker, we doing our thing and it's consensual, it gets leaked out, we both in trouble, not just one. I just want to bring that home. I just want to make that clear. This should have been done in private. Whether if you were going to fire him or suspend him with pay. It didn't have to be publicized like this. And those involved, we can't defend them. And that's what I get from Malika. Why are you defending the women? You know damn well their asses is wrong. If you wrong, you wrong. Period. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. But who am I? I'm just big truck. Let's continue.
Situation, but the fact that it was able to go on all day, the fact that we are sitting here debating whether somebody else should have been suspended or not, we are not here, Stephen A., to further blame women. That is not why we are here.
I want to stop that hole right there. Now, you notice how her tone changed. It's not about blaming. I can understand if a person didn't do anything. Then you blaming somebody for something they didn't do. They asses knew what the hell they was doing when they did what they did. It's not about just pointing. See, once again, accountability. And we all know she's a feminist. But it's about accountability. Admitting that you were wrong and owning up to it. Once again. But it's like, who the hell you think you talking to like that? You notice how her tone changed. She trying to put some bass in her voice and put some authority. It's not even about that. It's not even about blaming people. Truth be told, people already got their facts. Me being a formal professional athlete, a football player, I done seen it all. Okay? I done been in situations, I done seen situations where, you know, some of my teammates have wives and they doing their thing. I've seen some coaches that are family men doing their thing. I don't go snitching. I can honestly say, throughout my professional career, nothing like this has ever happened. Not on my name. I'm in my hotel room. I bring my PS4. When it's time for curfew, I'm there for curfew. Those that play professional ball know. Coaches call you. They call your room to make sure you in your room. Room check. And your ass better be in that room. Because you know game day's tomorrow. I'm not out there pumping and dumping, sticking and moving. Because I know not only boundaries, but I know the game. My dad was a professional athlete. He taught us the game. How to behave. Because the cameras is on you. And people are looking for any and every little thing wrong that they can catch and make the shit bigger than what it is. Let's continue.
First of all, let me be very clear. I don't appreciate where you're going with that. I'm not blaming anybody but Ime Udoka. He deserves, the fact of the matter is, I've said he deserved to be fired if they were going to fire him. If you're not going to fire him, then don't fire him. My issue is all of this being publicized. The point that I'm trying to make is just like you're not mentioning. Excuse me. I listened to you. You're the one telling me to stop on my show. It ain't happening.
Checkmate. That right there. Isn't it something how a large number of these black women want to have the last word, want to try to overtalk you, want to try to bully you by interrupting your conversation? Stephen A. Smith stood his ground. You're not coming on my show and telling me what to do. That's like me coming into your house and I take my clothes off or take my shoes off and put my feet on your coffee table. I'm not going to disrespect you in your house. And you damn sure ain't going to disrespect me in mine. First of all, you're going to check your tone and watch how you talk to me. Or I'll just end you just like that. And we ain't got to talk no more. But it's the thing about respect. Now here, she has no respect whatsoever. And she did another show on another athlete. What the hell I got to do with the brother's past? But you see how these feminists move. And that's why men, we have to stand our ground. I talk about this a lot. I cannot make it any clearer than this. Kings, we have to know who the hell we are in the season of our life, and we have to walk in that.
Okay, that's number one. Number two, I've already said he deserves to be fired, or he deserves to be there and handle it internally and privately. If you're not going to handle it privately, if you're going to publicize it in that fashion, then obviously it provokes everybody wanting to know, okay, well, who are the parties involved? When you have Amina Smith in Boston and other women pointing out the fact that there were women who were wrongly implicated in all of this, it's a disservice to them. I didn't come out with a report about a consensual relationship. I didn't come out with a report ahead of time leaking that they were going to suspend him for the year. They did that. And my point is, considering how pervasive this kind of stuff has existed in professional sports for many years, my whole point is that, excuse me, make sure that you handle it in the same fashion it has always been handled. You could have fired him, and then we could have speculated till the cows come home, but he's gone. But to keep him there, keep him employed, but in the same breath, suspend him for a year, then also that year is indefinite. That is the issue that I have. Nobody's trying to protect Ime Udoka, and certainly nobody is trying to protect, is to excoriate the women involved or anything like that. I'm talking about how things of this matter are usually handled from an HR perspective, from an organizational perspective. That is not consistent with what we have seen throughout the years. That is the only point that I was trying to make. I'm not trying to attack anybody, and if anybody deserves to be attacked, it's Ime Udoka for putting himself in this position. I've made that very clear. I'm just talking about, you got owners and everybody else. They know the kind of stuff that's going on. You didn't say anything about anybody else. I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about them. They didn't say anything about everybody else all the other times this stuff has happened. But now when it comes to him, it's all over the place. That is my issue. That is my only issue.
And it makes sense. Only him is getting blasted. What about those that are involved? Once again, if I'm having sex at the job, on a job, and it's consensual, I get in trouble. We all get in trouble. It gets leaked out. We both getting fired. There's punishment and repercussions getting handed out for parties involved, but only him is singled out. I don't know what y'all think. Y'all can continue on. Leave your comments at the bottom. Hit the subscribe button. You know what time it is. This is your boy Big Truck at the King's Table, signing out. Shalom.